The cast of Wicked didn't just step into their roles, they completely transformed themselves in ways that go beyond what we see on screen. And what's wild is how some of these changes might actually be permanent as we reveal the insane things that never remain the same again since Wicked. Not many people know that Marissa Bode, who plays Nessa Rose, had her feature film debut in Wicked, making her the first wheelchair user to play this character. Before Wicked, Marissa was doing local theater and working survival jobs while auditioning. She'd been acting since she was 8 years old in productions like Little Shop of Horrors and Mary Poppins, but nothing could have prepared her for this moment. What makes her casting even more special is that she became paralyzed at age 11 following a car crash, yet she never let that stop her from chasing her dreams. Marissa actually thought she'd lost the role after not hearing back from casting, so she made a short film about witches to distract herself. 2 days after posting it, she got the call. And here's the crazy part. Director John M. Chu interrupted their Zoom callback to answer the door, and Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo burst through, holding a sign that read, "Welcome to Oz, will you be our Nessa?" Since Wicked dropped, Marissa's life has completely exploded. She's gone from mentoring middle schoolers to walking red carpets around the world. The show even made her character's wheelchair accessible, sets a priority, with a disability coordinator visiting locations before Marissa to fix any issues. Now she's become this powerful voice for disability representation, using her platform to advocate for accessibility and authentic casting while collaborating on wheelchair wheel covers for the film. Then there's Ethan Slater, whose journey before Wicked is fascinating. 7 years before playing Bach, Ethan made his Broadway debut as SpongeBob SquarePants, earning a Tony nomination in 2018 and winning a Drama Desk Award. He spent 5 years developing that show, starting in 2012, before hitting Broadway. But what's really changed for Ethan is that his personal life became incredibly public during Wicked. He was married to his high school sweetheart, Lily J, and they had a son born in August 2022, right before he started filming. Then everything shifted when he began dating Ariana Grande after meeting on set, separating from his wife in 2023 and finalizing his divorce in September 2024. The backlash around his relationship has been intense, with eyewitness reports of him co-parenting with his ex and speculation about whether he and Ariana are still together after she attended the 2025 VMAs without him. But despite the personal drama, his career has leveled up significantly, with Wicked being his first major film role after years of stage work. However, Jonathan Bailey's transformation might be the most strategic of the entire cast. Before Wicked, he was already crushing it on Bridgerton as Anthony Bridgerton, the romantic lead of season 2, who became a fan favorite. Jonathan had been working since childhood, performing in Les Miserables at age 8 and building an impressive theater resume, including a West End revival of Company that earned him an Olivier Award in 2019. He also starred in the groundbreaking queer romance Fellow Travelers, which got him Emmy and Critics' Choice nominations. But here's what's super interesting about Jonathan. He balanced massive projects like Wicked with intimate theater work, recently playing Richard II at the Bridge Theater, which has been consistently working for him. Since Wicked, Jonathan's become the sexiest man alive 2025, and he founded the Shameless Fund in 2024 to raise money for LGBTQ+ causes, especially for elderly community members. He also starred in Jurassic World, cementing himself as Hollywood's new leading man. What's changed most about Jonathan is his visibility. He came out publicly as gay in 2018 and now uses his platform to advocate for LGBTQ+ rights while maintaining his commitment to Bridgerton, which he calls his family. The evolution of the Wicked cast is so much fun, especially with Michelle Yeoh, whose career before Wicked was already legendary, but what happened during and after filming is almost unbelievable. The 63-year-old Malaysian actress was filming Wicked while also campaigning for an Oscar for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Also, Michelle initially hesitated to join Wicked, telling Chu, "I don't sing," but after Ariana and Cynthia sent her a surprise video saying, "Michelle, it is imperative that you join us," she signed on immediately. What's wild is that Michelle won her first Oscar at 60, then married Jean To in July 2023 after being together for nearly 20 years. Since Everything Everywhere, she's released 4 films, 3 TV series, and shot Avatar 4 and Star Trek Section 31. But recently, her appearance has sparked a massive online debate, with fans expressing concern about her dramatic blonde bob transformation and weight loss during Wicked's promotion promotional period, with people questioning whether the production took a toll on the cast. Interestingly, Cynthia Erivo's transformation is also among the most visually dramatic in the cast. Before Wicked, Cynthia had long hair she constantly experimented with, which she cut during Wicked. She made the bold decision to completely shave her head and eyebrows, creating the perfect canvas for the green makeup that took hours to apply. This wasn't just for the role, though. Cynthia had been moving toward this look for years as part of her self-love journey. She told Self magazine she used to hide behind her hair, but wanted people to see her face and recognize that beauty doesn't stem from hairstyles. The bald look has become her signature, but she later chose micro braids for Elphaba's wig instead of the traditional long black hair from the stage show, making it more authentic to her identity as a Black woman. What's changed most for Cynthia is her confidence and her redefinition of Hollywood beauty standards. She's unapologetic about her look, often speaking out against criticism and inspiring Black women to embrace authentic self-expression. And then there's Ariana Grande, whose transformation might be the most talked about and controversial. Before Wicked, Ariana was already a global superstar with multiple hit albums and that signature high ponytail. But what's happened to her during and after filming is absolutely fascinating and kind of permanent. Ariana spent 3 months retraining her voice before filming even started, fundamentally changing how her vocal cords work to achieve the operatic coloratura soprano sound Glinda requires. She created this elaborate color-coded system with sticky tabs that map Glinda's insecurities, emotional triggers, and psychological patterns across both films. Ariana also bleached her signature brown hair blonde and her eyebrows for the role, but here's what's wild. Her entire speaking voice changed as she'd adopted this higher-pitched, theatrically enunciated tone. Ariana explained that she intentionally changes her vocal placement depending on how much singing she's doing for vocal health reasons, but also admitted she spent 2 years speaking like Glinda and it became a habit. In a recent Variety interview, she revealed some of these changes might be permanent, saying, "I think that might stay. Glinda required a lot of vocal work for me. Certain things maybe won't melt away." Her mannerisms have also shifted dramatically. She's noticeably calmer and softer spoken than her earlier pop star persona, almost as if she's merged with Glinda. The transformation extends to her personal life too. She began dating Ethan Slater after meeting on set, which brought intense judgment, given that both were married when filming started. Bowen Yang's journey to Wicked is one of the most fascinating underdog stories in the cast. Before Wicked, Bowen was building his name as a breakout star on Saturday Night Live, where he joined the writing staff in 2018 and became a featured player in 2019. He made history as the first SNL featured player to earn an Emmy nomination in 2021. But what's wild is that Bowen's career started in a completely different direction. He graduated from NYU with a chemistry degree, planning to be a doctor, inspired by Sandra Oh's character Christina Yang on Grey's Anatomy, when he realized he was actually inspired by Oh's acting ability rather than medicine, and playing Fanny, one of Glinda's mean girlfriends, was a role that Bowen admits gave him major imposter syndrome. He told Will Ferrell he felt like he conned his way into the movie, asking himself, "Why am I in a scene with Michelle Yeoh and Jeff Goldblum?" The success has also shifted his career goals. While he took Wicked partly for the status it would afford him, he's now more interested in smaller, independent films than in chasing bigger Hollywood blockbusters, wanting to maintain his authenticity even as fame threatens to change him. Jeff Goldblum's involvement in Wicked represents something pretty rare in Hollywood, a 73-year-old actor landing a fertile and juicy role that's thrusting him back into mainstream relevance after decades of iconic performances. Before Wicked, Goldblum was already a legend, having starred in massive blockbusters like Jurassic Park, Independence Day, and The Fly, roles that made him one of the biggest stars of the 90s. But what many people don't know is that Goldblum's also been fronting his own jazz band, the Mildred Snitzer Orchestra, for 3 decades, named after a friend of his mother's from Pittsburgh. This musical background is exactly why director John M. Chu wanted him for The Wizard, understanding that Goldblum's experience as a jazz pianist and his Broadway history in shows like Two Gentlemen of Verona would make him perfect for the role's musical numbers. But here's where Goldblum's transformation gets really interesting. Wicked has literally changed his lifestyle at 73. The role has reconnected him with his theatrical roots while introducing him to a new generation of fans who might only know him from Marvel movies or memes.